Okay, there we go. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
You're here with Deborah from Spirit Tribe Talks and Hershe, the Shadow Reader.
Hello, everybody.
Anybody want to come on in? Bring yourself on in. We're doing live reads tonight.
How has your day been?
It's been pretty good. I was busy cleaning up and doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
Right.
I had to take Tootsie out earlier and she fell and hurt her leg, so
Aww.
had to get her back to the house and get her pepped up.
Hi, Annie Bear.
Annie, hello, Annie, hello. How are you tonight, Annie? Would love a read? All right, Annie. What kind of read you want? Is this a love read? Is this a business read? Is this just general energy read? What kind of read you looking for? Spent the day with the little granddaughter. Yes, you're happy, tired. I get it, lady. I get it. You want a general read, Annie, or are you looking for a read on your business or general, please? Okay. General energy read. Want a general energy read for Annie Bear. Annie Bear. General read for Sister Annie Bear. Uh-oh.
Look what card just flew out. Unconditional love.
Yes, that is definitely Annie Bear. That is definitely Annie Bear. Cards are flying, Annie.
You want me to go?
Go ahead, Hershe. I'm sorry.
So the one that went flying out, Annie Bear, was unconditional love, which obviously, that's what you're full of at all times. But it also wants you to know, because it was slightly connected to the void, that there's something that, it doesn't matter. Like, you are always connected to something more and the unknown at all times. And you bring it in at all times and you give it out 10 times fold with it filled with blessings and lots of love. Ahead of you in the next few days, though, they want you to pay attention to your essence and what you're absorbing, because the next project they have you working on, they really need you to pay attention to something very, 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 very close, because you're going to be an awakening to somebody that is going through an ego or a high pride day. This is not your energy. So this is energy you're going to help somebody overcome. So all of this unconditional that they're filling you up with and preparing you for something, it is to help somebody else in the next few days, possibly in the next week or so. But you are going to excel at it and you are going to feel all of the love back, because that's all that you give out. And that's what I got for you, Annie Bear.
All right, Annie Bear. What I got for you, I got the sun, the journey, cycles, and defeat. But what grandfather's telling me is that you're on a journey. You're sending out all of your good vibes. You're on this journey. I got kind of the same message as Hershe was getting, is you're in a cycle now for teaching, for helping, and they're asking you to help people convert their energy, help people realize that what they're putting out is what they're bringing into them. This is somebody, a male friend around you. Grandfather said he's special. So I don't know if he is related and onions have a special relationship or what that entails, but he's saying he's special, but he sometimes gets on the negative side. And even just talking to you, like he doesn't realize he's speaking it into his life. If he's speaking negative, he's speaking it back into his life, which compounds his negative things going on around him. He has to learn to speak the positive, to be thankful and grateful and speak the positive, and that brings the positive back to him. And this is what your lesson is right now. Your world card, your father is telling you, grandfather's telling you this is going to be a big calling part for you. So don't let that feel like you're doing something wrong. I mean, you have to help them get on the right train of thought. And I hope that helps you, Annie. You're doing great things. We love your art. We love your poetry. Keep it up, girl. We're so proud of you. I tell him that exactly, word for word. Oh my God, Annie. I'm so glad. He's a special friend to you, and I know you have a really good relationship with him. Grandfather's looking out. You know, he's playing those drums, doing his little happy dance. So he's right there with you. He's pushing you on your way, girl. So we're all behind you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You're so welcome, Annie Bear. Anytime. You know, we're the sisters. We hang out in the same places. Anytime you need our help, just ask. No problem. Hugs, hugs, hugs. Hugs back at you, baby.
Absolutely. All the time.
Annie Bear's our little ray of light. She's our little ray of light that just lifts us up when she's around.
This went flying out. It says, listen to your guardians.
Yep. Grandfather, hey, the grandfather spirit's looking out for you, Annie. It's
like it's opening up, you know, he's standing in the darkness on top of water, but when he opens his robe, it's like this golden light that's reflecting on the water.
The golden light.
It's basically listen to your guardian, you know, just go in with faith. Go forward.
Good. We're doing good, Annie. We had a little kerfuffle going on, but, you know, we got through it.
How are you two doing? Well, I am doing phenomenal. It's been a beautiful day. I found blessings today, and I'm going to pay them forward tomorrow.
Yes.
What about you, Aunt Deb? How was your day?
I actually had a really good day. The dog felt better. She got outside. Your uncle's feeling better.
Good.
He has to get some outpatient surgery kind of thing done at the end of the month.
For what?
It's that thing they did when they found
okay, yeah.
Down
I got you. Okay, I got you.
He seems okay. He's doing better. So
okay. I'll let Mikey know so that, you know, if you guys need us, we can try to get up there.
I'm just sending out good vibes that everything's looking better.
Fingers crossed for sure.
But I resist taking classes, etc., because I trust the creator and will work the best I can authentically. Hey, Annie Bear, you're talking to two of the same folks here. Hey, the grandfathers teach me everything I need to know. The grandfathers and my spirit guides teach me everything I need to know. I'm a damn Virgo, though, so I have a hard time. I get caught up in my head. Even when the spirits are telling me, you know, this is all right. You know, when Hershe was here, she'd have to say, Ain't Deb, you know it's going to be all right. They already told you it's going to be all right. Why do you fret on things? I just am a Virgo. I get stuck up in my head. Sometimes I have to step back a minute and get myself out of my head and We all have our way of working.
I know I have mine.
Sometimes I just have to step back and get busy with my hands crocheting or doing something that's taking up precise thoughts so I get the heck out of my head for a minute and step out of my own way.
Right. Yeah, I think we all have to do that.
Yeah. We all got to find our little thing that gives us that
For sure.
break
Definitely.
that we need.
Definitely, for sure.
When Hershe was down here with me, she'd say, come on, get out of your head. Let's throw some cards. She'd distract me and get me out of my head, but she ain't down here no more. So I'm having to learn to cope on my own. Oh, your Libra with Aries rising. Not sure what that means. Nobody can get in my way better than I can. Oh, I know, Annie. My husband's a Virgo with Libra rising. He was born on the cusp, and he carries more Libra traits than he does Virgo traits. I don't know. He carries some of the Virgo traits. He's very OCD about containers.
If it has a lid, it's his. I don't care what size it is. I don't care what shape it is. I don't care how big it is. I don't care how little it is. He's got something that he can put in it. Somewhere.
You're more to the cusp of Scorpio, so you carry more scorpion traits. I get it.
Stinger. Stinger. Love my Scorpios. As a Gemini, me and fire signs and stingers get along real well. Very well. I like blowing them up, making them feel inspired to do creative things. It's always good to blow them up so that they can inspire something.
Right.
I like it.
I love it. You're showing more of your artwork, Annie. I love your artwork.
Oh, yeah.
From a practice thing, sometimes artist too. I do art when I'm inspired to. So I have some of my stuff hanging in here, but I don't really show it. It's just more for me to get out of my head. Yes, Hershe is a force of nature, isn't she?
That would be why the yes card just went flying out then, right?
She shines her light the best she can.
Because I'm sure, now, why did this go flying out? No, not anybody has answered a question. So, okay, Uni says they agree. Thank you.
Yeah, Uni knows. She will fight with Uni over things. That's hilarious.
Well, that's because Uni has a sense of humor like no other. I have never met anybody or any human or humanoid or anything along them factors that has the sense of humor that they have.
You just started on your 61st birthday last October of doing art. Well, Annie, you are
you serious? Wow.
You are phenomenal. I love your art. It's
go.
It so speaks to my soul. All of your art just touches me in my soul.
Well, since I got you on the line here, Annie Bear, can you do tribal too? I mean, I know you do a lot of native, but do you do any tribal solid or symmetry lines?
Annie's got a lot more information than she'll share usually.
Oh, well, I would hope so.
If you ask her, she'll share with you. There's nobody else.
I'm asking. That's what I'm doing. I'm asking.
Yeah. So, Annie Bear, what are you interested in, Hershe? Symmetry lines. What do you mean? Like the ley lines?
No. I'm not interested in it.
She did tribal stuff in her 20s, she said.
Okay, so there was, I can't remember what picture it was, but there was a picture that she had put up. My head is saying raven, but I don't think it was a raven. But I do think it was a bird. Anyway, scrambled egg brains, I can't remember. But anyway, I think it was a bird. And it was the way that there was something with the smaller part of the feather part of it, not the The image as
The
a
one
whole.
with two panels. Did it have two panels?
I believe so. I
Yes,
believe
I
so.
believe so.
There was something in the way that it gave me an image where maybe originally it was some kind of tribal bird or some kind of just like symmetry lines, like kind of like, you know how my steadfast card is in my chaos oracle deck, TT, where it looks like a bull but it's not actually a bull, but you know what I'm saying, like the symmetry lines made it kind of look like a bull.
Yes.
I was thinking, I kind of got that kind of vibe when I saw that picture of Annie Bears, like it was something that maybe was done in another type of art, and then she just redid it or revamped it up or something. I don't know. It was just a vibe I got, so I always wanted to ask her, and I never did until now. She's
Okay.
saying yes in caps. Lower your caps. I hear you now. I hear you.
So I
I'm
went
just
on
talking mess. I hear you. I
So
knew
what
it.
is
I
that?
knew there was
What is that
something to
picture?
it. It was so much deeper than just
What was that
a
picture
bird,
representative of, Annie Bear? Was that a tribal?
She
She
saw it
saw.
in her heart.
Was
Mm.
it like a tribal bird leading the way?
Uh, no, it
Hershey,
didn't,
Hershey is
man.
really big into uh,
Sigils.
sigils. Um, I'm sorry, my brain is whoopee doo this week. I'm sorry about that, guys. Hershey's really big into sigils and like uh, the meanings of the way things fall. So that's how I ask questions. I only trust the elders, like Star Nation Energy. Yes, we can relate to that, Annie Bear, for real. I got grandfather and grandmother that's my tribal elder. Grandfather is like, um, it comes off the line of the Lakota, but it wasn't Lakota per se. It was one of the tribes of the Lakotas. And grandmother is Mayan. So I haven't even got really good started with her. I just got in touch with her recently. So I haven't even got to get into that knowledge yet.
Well, however you channel it, Annie Bear, it's absolutely wonderful. Where
Yes.
you see it in your heart and then transmute it into your head and then literally make it come to life. It's beautiful.
Yes, it
It
is.
is beautiful. Beautiful from the thought, the creation in your heart to see it birth and then you sharing it. Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Because there's things that I get shown in that, but I can't some things you just can't tell people what you're seeing.
Right.
They wouldn't understand, and you don't even know how to describe what you're seeing.
Absolutely.
So I'm
Absolutely.
working hard on that for getting better at relaying what I'm seeing or being shown. When I write, I get sleepy sometimes, and when I paint, I really get thirsty. Oh, that's funny.
Wow.
Yeah, when I read cards, I get really thirsty. I always have to have something to drink. I stay thirsty.
Um, if she reads though, she'll literally read herself to sleep sitting up. Like she'll
Yeah,
sit there and
reading a
nod,
book.
holding the book, telling you she's not asleep, but she's asleep. So she literally reads herself to sleep too. So I think my Aunt Deb can relate to that one.
Reading a book is not. I mean, that will put me to sleep in a minute. I
Guidebook,
try to do
TV guidebook,
audiobooks.
any book.
I'm just not much of a reader as far as books that I'm reading. I like to read, but it makes me tired. I can't. 1, 2 pages, I'm done. I'll be snoring.
She really will. Wow. Okay. All right. I got you guys. Okay. My bad. Give you a break. I'm gonna
Yeah.
give you a break. They're exploding on me.
And when I read cards, I also am channeling. So I get thirsty to death.
Thank you. Thank
Thirsty.
you.
And if I'm working with Uncle, one of my guides, I'm constantly wanting a cigarette because he loves to smoke. So when he steps in, he gets to have a puff. Are you going to guest on Terry's show, Deb? I was never invited to Terry's show, hon. Never. I've never been invited to her show. And that's okay, because I like to do me.
Whew. I think the thirsties are rubbing off on me.
Not that I wouldn't do Terry's show. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I was never invited. I mean, there was a lot of loud talk, but I was never officially ever invited. And that's okay, because I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that's all right. We're all different. We all have our own things that we get into, and we got to do something about that. She's a really kind person. Yes, she is, and I love her meditation. I love to catch us in the mornings. I've had a lot on my plate lately, and I haven't got to catch it as much but I always watch the replay. If I don't get to see Terry in the morning, then I watch the replay. But yes, she gives us energy, and she gets me centered for the day. Hershe turned me on to her, and I got used to watching her. And if I am here and present, I like to watch her. If I'm not here, I can't. So I just watch my rerun later in the day and get myself centered and all that.
Yes, Facebook
Yes,
user, we are live. Whoever you are, could you put your name in the comments, please?
Yes, Facebook user, if you could please put your name in the comment, because when it's on this StreamYard, anybody that comes in on the Facebook page, it doesn't let us see a name. If you want to put your name in, you don't have to, but everybody that comes in on Facebook is called Facebook user.
It says Tammy.
Oh, Tammy. Is this my sister?
Annie Bear says it's 5 a.m. my time. Do you think she's got a typo in there?
What
is it? Does it say 5 a.m.? Am I tripping? Annie Bear, is it really 5 a.m. where you're at? Oh, when Terry comes on. Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. It's 7 here at our time.
Yeah, 7-11 our time. Ooh, I was getting ready to say, what part of the world is she in? Isn't it like, like still a whole, she's a whole day ahead of us.
Is this my sister Tammy? No? Okay. Okay. So welcome in, Tammy. Glad to have you in. We're doing free reads for anybody that wants to read. If you'd like to have a read, please just, put your question in, or just tell us you'd like to have a general energy read or whatever that you'd like. I'm running late, but I'm here. Fleck, it doesn't matter if you're running late, honey. I run late every day.
You're right on time.
I always feel like I'm run about everything, Fleck, but we're glad to have you back in.
It is your sister. I was saying no to Hershe and yes to you. It is.
Oh, it is Tammy, my sister. All right. So Tammy, if you want to read, just put it in. Let us know if you want a general energy or if you've got a question. Fleck, if you'd like a read, put it on in there, girl.
General.
A general read for Tammy. Okay. Tammy. A general energy read. That's what we call them. General energy read. We're reading the general energy that's around you right now.
Hey, Twisted.
Ugh.
Oh, and Tammy, I also saw your comment. I don't know if I responded or not, but thank you for the tarot bags. I know I don't have them yet, but I appreciate you making them for me.
Oh, yes.
I appreciate it.
Tammy, I'm going to get to your house and pick those up because I got to mail Hershe her stuff.
Yeah, I got a love box coming.
John ran off. I had it in the trunk, and he ran off with it in the trunk with the car today. I didn't know he was going to be gone all day. I thought he was just going to be gone a couple hours, and it turned into an all-day thing. Fleck, a read on my spirit guide. What do they tell me? Okay, Fleck, we're going to do you right. Same here. Hi, Twisted. Nice to see you, girl. Okay, Tammy, I got you 4 cards here. Oh, oh, okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead. I got a message. I've got the death card, letting go.
Hmm.
Oh, let me get it in the right spot. Letting go. I've got your 7 of raindrops, which is choices. I've got the novice of lightning, which is exploration. And I've got the 9 of gems, which is abundance. Okay. And what the message I'm getting off these cards is that you're going through some changes and letting go of things that no longer serve you, Tammy. Things that no longer serve you, you're cutting off or putting to death or whatever you want to call it. And you're making newer choices in your life, things that bring you happiness. You see that? Exploration. You're exploring the things that bring you happiness and joy and give you a sense of well-being. And that's all right. Everybody's entitled to do that, but I'm telling you, this new exploration you're on is going to bring you in some money of some sort. So I don't know, maybe selling your bags, or anybody else that likes tarot bags. There's people looking for them, and maybe I need to have you on my thing and let you show some of your bags, Tammy, because you have beautiful. Actually, I could show some right here. She made me this bag because I got Tio's deck. Let me just show you. I got Tio's deck and I didn't have a box for it. So Tammy made me this beautiful bag to put Tio's deck in because they match. She makes beautiful deck bags. Anybody that's interested, just let somebody know because Tammy's doing these. And they're beautiful. They're nice weighted. She puts a little button on them. They're a little button. And
That's one style. She makes many styles.
yeah, I only have the one style because this is the style I like. But I
I
have
have 3 different styles of hers,
the different
and then
colors.
whatever the new ones are. I don't know if what the new ones are. Were
So
you done, TT?
that's what I got for Tammy.
Okay.
And Tammy, maybe you need to start showing some of your work. Anybody interested in baby stuff? She crochets the crap out of baby outfits. Just saying. Just pushing your. That's something you could do, Tammy. It's. She does beautiful work.
So what I got for you, I checked your head, your heart, and your unknowns, your blind spots, so to speak. So what they want you to know right now is that there's something that you have seriously learned. This is something that is no longer going to be a problem for you because you have definitely learned your lesson. You are seriously done. You are not making this mistake anymore. And you know this because you've been doing it for a very long time. And the card was blocking it. So this is uh, a situation, a mind frame, a state of mind, constant negativity, constant whatever it is that you've been doing in your head. You have finally learned your lesson, and you are done with it, and you are not going to do it anymore. In your heart, they want you to open up just a little bit more to your vulnerability because the guilt that you're carrying isn't always all yours in your heart, and you can only carry what you are responsible for. If it is not yours, and it is not your responsibility to carry it if it's not yours. So let go of it, let yourself move on with it, and then what isn't yours, throw it away. You're done with it, and you don't need to carry it because it's not your responsibility. In your blind spot, they want you to know that as long as you keep your mind clear, you will not have to disassociate any more than what you're already doing because you are becoming balanced. You're not all the way alkaline or acidity anymore. You're trying to find a middle ground within yourself and just stay right there. And as long as you just keep getting rid of the stuff that's not yours and keep clearing that stuff out of your head, you will not have any blind spots hitting you coming up in the future without you being able to see them clearly for what they are. And that's what I got for you.
Okay, Tammy, hope that helps. You said Tammy says she's going to create a page.
Yay!
You want to come on here, Tammy, one night with us and hang out and bring your bags and show them? We could do a show on that. There's lots of people looking for those kind of bags and they're, honest to God, you can't really find a lot of them. Okay, our next one is going to be Fleck. And Fleck wants to read on her spirit guides and what do they think. Well, only you can know what they tell you, girl. Are you hearing your spirit guides now? No. Okay. Hang on. New comments. Let me get in here.
Oh. Okay, I guess they don't want that deck. Okay, well, never mind. Hold on. Goodness gracious.
Are you not hearing them yet, Fleck? Or do you hear them and you just don't listen to them?
Okay. Try that a different way. Thank you for saying that, Tammy.
Thank you, Tammy. Okay. Got Fleck's cards here. Let me see. Wow.
Well, my decks keep exploding, so you go ahead.
Yeah, mine exploded too. I'm trying to get all the cards out. It flipped. Okay.
Oh, well.
All right. I don't know, Fleck. This is what grandfather's telling me. You were doing something. The efficiency card fell out first. You were doing something to practice, like a meditation kind of thing, to get closer to your spirit guides. And it was working, and you stopped doing it because you were thinking it wasn't working. You were feeling defeated. Yes. I see when you start hearing them, you kind of are like, did I hear that or not? You really have to just believe, yes, I am hearing something. Please amplify that and bring it in. I mean, when you think you're hearing something, just stay true to yourself. You are hearing it. Just say, yes, I'm hearing you. Barely. Can you speak louder? Can you get closer? Because when I first started hearing Spirit Guide, it was like I was listening across the Grand Canyon. I was like barely hearing anything. I was like, I'm hearing something, but I don't know what it is. You need to bring it in. I can't hear what you're saying to me. And if you ask them to bring it in, they'll work with you. But I feel like you're going to get this rebirth. You're just whatever that was that you were doing to bring that in, go back to doing it because it was working for you. You gave up a little bit too soon on it. Go back to doing that because it was working. And I feel like you're with the new moon going on right now that was just going to be on the 1st. You're going to have an ascension, an opening. So get back to doing that before this new moon comes. It's going to help you reach up to this higher level so you can hear better. And then I've got planning, and they're telling me something about you already have kind of a plan on what you want to do once you start hearing your guides and getting to yourself. And it's kind of a competition thing. I don't know if you have a friend that's doing this and you want to beat them to this or whatever. Your male guide is laughing hysterically about this because they get you. They have the same sense of humor as you, and they're going to be a big help for you. So That's what I got. I hope that helps you, Fleck. I hope you get on your way. Yes, go back to whatever that was you were doing. It was a little, he says, your ritual. Go back to your ritual. The guide's telling me it's your ritual. Go back to your ritual. That's what was really helping you. Okay. I hope that helps you, Fleck. You have no
Um,
friends. Oh, bull malarkey, Fleck. You have all of us on here.
So the what I've got for you in your head is that you have found some form of balance in something. Now, is it coming from like outer space? Is it coming from guides? Is it coming from creatures? Is it coming from Mother Earth, Mother Moon, Father Sun? I don't know. But what I can tell you is yes, you are finding balance in some form of communication, and yes, they will say that they will confirm that they are reaching you some form, whether it be a smell, a song out of nowhere that you can't understand. Maybe it's specific to a time and a place or a person that you could be around. I don't know. But yes, they are saying that there is balance that you are finding. But in your heart, they want you to know that this isn't just started. This is something that has been going on for a while. They have been reaching out to you for a long time. This is not brand new. This is something that they have been trying to do, but because you are just now starting to admit it and to accept it for what it is, the change is going to be rapid because this is something on their end they've been doing nonstop because you've been asking for it and asking for it and asking for it, and they won't give it to you until you start asking for it. And since you're asking for it, they're going to give it to you, and it's going to come in, and it's going to be a rapid change. So be ready for it in your heart, and do not let your mind play tricks on you because you absolutely are not talking normal, and then all of a sudden you're thinking, okay, squirrel. No, that's them putting squirrel in your head. I was making an example, but that's what I'm trying to say. That you're not crazy. You really are hearing things, whether it's out loud or sensations or however you're getting them. You do have a blind spot coming up, and it's going to have something to do with something you're going to actually witness. The vision card pops up, and this is two individuals that are literally the same person. This is the sun side of them and the dark, or well, the this side is the sun side, this side is their shadow side. This is them separating that so that they can see themselves for what they are and find the compassion that they need for both sides of them. Both sides of you need to be expressed, and it's not going to happen if you don't give it the satisfaction and the duality that both sides deserve. So your blind spots are going to be a visual change that you see or witness, and it is going to be done with compassion from you and the help of your guides. And that's what I got for you, love.
All right. You're welcome, Fleck. Yeah. See, Fleck, Annie's guide sent her feathers, coins, dreams, people, pictures, and songs. I know there's a lot of people that get flips of like different things, and they have to work out a language with their guides of what those things mean. I don't see things like that. If they show me a flip, it's like an actual standing here in a minute of my life, seeing something I'm supposed to see, hearing it, and that. Everybody's different of how they get things or shown things or how they hear things. Like I can hear my guides just fine, and it's not a problem, other than grandfather. And grandfather, he shows me a lot more things than he says. It's I know it's important when he steps in and touches my shoulder and he's talking to me. It's an important thing for me to relay. And that's a relationship everybody builds with their own guides and their own uh, guide team or whatever you want to call them. They're my ancestors and angels and spirit guides that help get me messages and help me to teeter between the two worlds, as I call it. That's what I tell a Hershe all the time. I'm teetering today. sometimes I'm having things shown to me and I'm trying to do tasks. All of us know how this is. When you get those things, you're like making dinner and you're still getting messages. And I'm the kind that can't chew gum and walk at the same time. So it's been challenging, but it's been an honor for me. Now, Hershey, she can do 500 things at once and keep every single thing on task and remember everybody's name and every date and every time and everything that she saw.
That's only because I keep a lot of journals, y'all. A lot of journals. There's no way the scrambled eggs is holding it. Keep a lot of journals.
Yeah, Fleck, you got to kind of, I mean, I don't know if you're a writer type. If that works for you, start journaling a little more. Like after you think you've experienced something, write down what you think it meant, and just say, is this what I was hearing? Is this what I was feeling? I mean, I am an empath reader, so a lot of times um, when I am reading somebody, I'm getting emotional cues too. Like if they're sad or if they're happy or confused, I get those feelings also for that to help me.
Hey, Kelly.
Hey, Kelly. Welcome in. Welcome in.
How are you tonight,
I
Kelly?
feel like Kelly's a lot like Hershey in regards to she can do 100 things at one time and doesn't even break a sweat. I'm watching them.
As I'm over here sweating, right?
And I watch them do these 100 things, and I've already had the nervous breakdown for them. But we're all different. We all are trying to find our way through and do what we think we're supposed to be doing. And we're all just human at the end of the day. We just are trying to encompass this more spiritual gift that's been given to us and use it the way they want us to use it.
Annie Bear says, I get people's intentions in large crowds, so I avoid crowds. I can relate.
Me too. Me too.
I can relate. I don't get anybody's intentions, but energy finds me, so I can relate. I can relate. Definitely. Flex says, I write, but I don't write down anything, but this movie is ingrained in my brain.
Right.
Yeah. Yep, it happens like that.
I get like movie clips, and that's what I call them sometimes. I've got the movie playing in my head. Like when they're showing me something, I get like it's like a movie clip, but it's like I'm standing within that movie clip watching what's going on and still trying to be here present. But yes, it's when you get one of those movie clips, it's like I'm being told to do something and I have to do it. It's like a feeling of urgency that you have to understand what that is and what you're supposed to do with it.
Simulcasting to my Facebook platform and I believe her YouTube channel at the same time, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's but you're not showing up as Facebook user, but I think I can tell you're on Facebook, Kelly.
But she is a member of the Facebook team. So the way I was understanding it, like
so, is that Tammy or is this another Facebook user? If you guys have time on another read, I thought of a question. Absolutely.
Is
I'm
this
just
Tammy
shuffling cards anyway, so sure, come on with it.
Facebook user, please. Is this Tammy or is this somebody new? Because when you come in on Facebook, we don't always get a name. It just comes up Facebook user. If you can say your name and your okay, it's Tammy. So what's the other question, Tammy? That explains why I'm only seeing my own comments. I really don't like that. It's so confusing. If you come in on the Spirit Tribe Talks with Deborah. Kelly, it should let you see that.
And Twisted Sushi, who is on YouTube, says me either. I don't even see those messages. Me
Oh,
either.
wow.
So I promise you guys are not alone.
Yeah, there's lots of
Kelly says, I'm
people.
out of here. I'm switching over.
Yeah, doesn't. Who is this? I'm sorry. Who else is saying that? Twisted. If you come to Spirit Tribe Talks with Deborah on the YouTube, that lets you into the chat and you should be able to see all the messages. I'm sorry about that, guys. I wasn't aware of that when I tried this StreamYard. We're still working it out. It's so new. I'm not familiar with everything on it, and
I feel I feel like you kind of already know the answer to that, but I will go ahead and answer that for you.
let me get this other one off of here. Oh my lord! It's easy to put on, but when you have a lot of chat going on, then there it is. Okay, let me take that off. Okay, and Tammy's asking something.
Yeah. So first and foremost, yes, absolutely. Like I said, you already know the overall, emphatic yes, 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 yes. But they do want you to know that you really need to start trusting your intuition about something. That I don't know if it's something that you're noticing or if it's something that you're thinking is yet to come because of whatever reason. But yes, absolutely. And the bottom card was it's not the right time, so it's not happening anytime soon because this was upright. So you still got some time for whatever it is that you think could be it that you need to get some more into it, that you need to listen to your intuition about. But it is a sign. No, it's not happening anytime soon. And yes, emphatically, you are doing the right thing. And that's what I got for that answer.
Kelly needs a wrench. I don't know how to give her a wrench, guys. I'm sorry.
You're
Kelly.
on YouTube. Okay, Aunt Deb, remember
Okay,
how when you and I were doing it the other day when
up here at the little dots. No,
I believe so.
no, because that's just giving me. Hang on. No, I am on the StreamYard, so that can only be done through the YouTube, and
I
that
got you.
has to be done like before I get on the StreamYard.
I got you.
The way I understood it.
His mental. So, once again, I got no need to worry. Like literally, don't you could literally stress yourself into making him react. Children are sensitive. You need to maybe calm yourself when you see or think you're seeing some kind of mental behavior that you're not prepared for or that is new to you, because it's not all entirely in your head, but it's also not the right time for this to be happening. Like this could be just a part of him growing up. This could be just a part of him being just a kid going through more. But they do want you to get some more information about it. Like look at both sides of it. Remember that a coin has two sides. Don't just go one-sided and go crazy with it. You're absolutely doing the right things by him and for him. So just keep on going with it, work with him, but make sure that you don't bring your energy into it when you get nervous or upset. So that way it's genuinely his and you can, work with that energy in a clean, safe environment.
Okay,
You can
Kelly.
do it while you're live, she says.
Okay, Kelly, tell me how, babe, because I don't honestly know.
Bright side, bright side, bright side, bright side.
You can do it while you're live on StreamYard, but you have to go into your chat, hover over the dots to open a separate window, and the last option is add a moderator. I'm not sure what you're saying. Okay, look. You can go into your chat, hover over the dots, the dots next to your name, or is this dots at the top of the page? Or I'm sorry, where are you talking about, Kelly?
I would definitely say breathe more, but find something worth it. You know what I mean? Like when you're trying to meditate, Tammy, the hardest thing in the world is to like
I'm
let
not
your mind go.
I'm
Like
not
just
on my phone. I am on my little Android Acer um, notebook. I know it's different on here than it is on your phone, but I can see the chat so much better on here because I'm half blind. So I don't know if I can do it on here. I haven't had any success with it. Let me go to the top of the chat and see if there's something up here. Oh, for Pete's sake.
I don't know. I'm definitely not the right one to ask. I don't know anything about them. But anyway, back to what I was saying, Tammy. When you're meditating, the hardest thing for me to do is like go forward. So I'm still struggling learning how to like go forward. But just literally take yourself to a place where you're safe for one, and for two, that nobody can get to you, and just stay there, even if it's just for a minute or two. And when you breathe, do some kind of tapping motions, do some kind of relaxation, do some kind of fanning motions, whatever you need to do to keep yourself calm and cool. And I promise you, it really will be okay. Nobody threw any program off. Don't worry about that. Hell, this is the best part about all of this is we all just laugh and have fun and do stuff. So
Yeah, we're
throwing
all learning.
anything off. If
We're all
people throw
learning.
questions out, we're here. But if not, we're just here. If anybody has any shadow questions, this is what Thursdays
I'm
are
trying to
for
figure
me.
out. There's three dots on your name when I touch it. Put user in timeout or ban user and delete their comment. No, I don't want to do either one of those. So we're not pushing that button for sure. Deb, you have a lot of cool decks behind you. Yes, I do. I have been blessed with gifts. My family buys me a lot of cards, gift cards for my birthday or whatever. And yeah, if you want to see any of them, you let me know. Annie Bear, I know you love this deck because I think this is my
Do you see my shadow, Hershe?
animals. That's the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. Okay, doesn't
Andy
feel.
Bear, if I'm being honest, I would love to connect to your
You
shadow,
need to
but
use your phone
we
also
would have
while
to
you
do it in
are
a
on.
private
Okay.
session because my guide has a guide. Well, I'm sorry. You have a guide that one of my guides wants to meet, but I'm being told that we couldn't do it in a public setting. So anytime you want to just sit down and chat, send me an email because one of my guides would love to meet one of your guides.
Okay, do I go into your chat and hover the mouse over the name? Into my
Um,
chat? Okay.
Fleck, the first thing I'm going to say is yes, everybody has shadow. Now, how deep is your trauma? How long have you been holding it in? Have you been carrying it your whole life? Is this something that
Oh,
happened recently?
oops,
I
sorry.
won't know that until
Sorry, guys.
we sit down and we do a one-on-one and we just deep dive the
Okay.
situation. But I
This
need
will
people to
bring up the
understand
dots.
my
Okay.
shadow is not reversing a deck. It's not about reading cards and reversals. I'm literally going to dive into your subconscious. It's a dirty job, but I love doing it. So
Okay, I have
you
two.
guys are ready, just start hitting me up. My email is on my YouTube page. You can message me on Facebook. We can set up appointments. Everybody has shadow, but your level of trauma is personalized and individualized to everybody. And my vow with Uni, you're completely safe with me.
Woo.
I've been on that path for
for the video.
8 years now, Annie Bear, and I'm telling you,
Okay,
it is
look.
so different from going
We'll
40
bring up the
years
phone.
living one way to just smack changing everything overnight. But it's wonderful, and I love it.
Okay, look. I must be a plumb idiot. Okay, let me show you what I've got. Oh, you're not going to be able to see it because it's bright. Right? Of course. When it brings up the chat, I have a pair of scissors, the little spoolie thing for the, what you call it, and an X over my chat. And then it says top messages 5. Why does it say top messages? I don't know why it always does that.
I don't know.
Oh, for Pete's sake. Okay, look, it will bring up the dots. It is the last option, add moderator.
I'm learning to work with comments, guys, so please work with me here. Peekaboo, I see you. I bet you that's Donna. My gut says it's Donna. Is that you, Donna? Oh, see, there you go. Stop. Let me stop because things are going crazy. Okay.
Community moderation.
Years of therapy has been my way. I would have to say life herself has been my teacher. Every time they put authority in my way, I found a way to lose, and the authority found a way to win. So I gave up on, therapy and all of that, and I found a way to relate and talk to somebody higher than that, and I have balance now, and I'm okay. I'm okay with my good and my bad.
Sure.
I knew it was you. Hey.
I've got a thing that says, no, it says live on chat, participation mode, message delay for the channel for this video. No. I mean, am I in the right spot? Okay.
I don't know.
Live share report.
Army beat it out of me. Oh, well. My brother had an authority problem until he met a drill sergeant, too. I fought the law and the law won. Yep. I never did the Army side, but I definitely have possibly done.
Oh, my God.
May have went down that road that Donna's talking about. I must get back to work.
Oh, Lisa, you should be getting a wrench. Lisa should be getting a wrench.
No.
Not Kelly.
Kelly.
Well, you know what I say. Somebody's talking about us. And
Blessings. Blessings, my friend. Blessings.
Okay. Look, Kelly, I threw you a wrench. I hope that worked.
You're okay. Work. That's all she's done is work all day today.
She's a working fool. I wish I had her energy.
She has been going since early this morning.
Her and you have the same energy. Okay. Let me see if I can give Twisted one. Twisted, would you like a wrench? I'm just going to see if I can give it to you. Add as moderator. Okay. All right, Twisted, I gave you a wrench. I don't know if it'll show up on here right away or what. I'm not familiar with this, so.
My guides like to call Kelly a very special name. They kind of gave her a little beautiful pet name. So there's somebody going yippee right now because she talked somebody through something. Yippee! She did it again. She's amazing.
They calling her teacher
on a computer.
So
she
what are
is
we
amazing on a computer, boy.
Oh, Donna. Hello, Donna. We're doing crazy reads, but Kelly came on and she told me how to do the moderator thing. on
We
here.
are
A
talking
blessing.
open discussion. We are taking questions if there's questions. Otherwise, we're just chit chatting and banter and having fun. What? Wait, Twisted. You said you gave Twisted a wrench.
I gave
We don't
Twisted
leave
a
Fleck
wrench.
hanging. That's not fair. Fleck's sitting over here going,
Well,
"Oh, where's mine?"
I mean,
Talking
I'm
about,
just
"Oh, we're
practicing.
all family here," but you're leaving Fleck hanging. Come on now, you're
Well,
tossing.
I'm just trying to.
I'm just messing with you. I was just messing with you.
Why? Oh, yes, it's showing up now. Yes. Okay.
Hello,
Oh,
hello.
no. Fleck, did you put that wrench on there? You put that wrench on there. Now, look, it's showing on my phone, but it's not showing on my computer. Is that not weird? On the chat on my phone, it's showing they have wrenches, but not on my computer.
Okay, well, it
Isn't
will
that
all
crazy?
work out.
Yes.
It will all duck,
I
duck,
know, Twisted.
duck,
I'm
goose.
just practicing. I'm trying to get to learn how to do these things.
That was two ducks. So duck, duck, goose. Well, I'm sure that's like the second duck I done counted.
What's the wrench for?
Sitting there going duck, duck,
Donna the
goose.
wrench is like a moderator who can like put addresses in, like
Like
Twisted just
like
did.
what Twisted just did.
Yes,
Thank you, Twisted.
they can put the little addresses in and stuff like that that I'm fumbling with because I'm barely keeping up with the chat and readings. I ain't got time to do
I
anything.
gotta help someone. Oh, Annie Bear, you need a wrench too?
Here, and I'm gonna give you a wrench too.
You
I
gotta
need the
help someone. You go always.
I
Always,
need the
Annie Bear.
I need the practice, Annie. So I'm giving you a wrench too. Fleck, you got you a wrench. Yay. You're just throwing wrenches. I am. I'm giving wrenches to everybody tonight.
It happens. It happens.
I just need the practice, guys. I appreciate you letting me practice with you.
Thank you for
It
sharing
means a
that.
lot. And Twisted, thank you for sharing those addresses.
Linky links.
Annie says she feels so fancy with her wrench now.
Oh, yep, she got a duck. We ain't got no goose yet, so well, we ain't got nothing but duck around here. We'll get us a goose eventually, and I hope it's a golden one. I'm just saying, we need a golden goose.
Oh, now Kelly just sent me a thing saying that she's sorry she came in the group and got it distracted. She feels like an
It is
ass.
not distracted. We were
It
sitting here
wasn't
killing time.
it was not distracting. And
Nope.
you just taught me something and I learned how to do it because I just gave Twisted a wrench. I gave
And
Annie
you know she's gonna
a
watch the playback, and she's gonna be like, "What is this duck, duck, goose?" She's gonna be asking like, "Hey, friend, what are you doing, friend?" I just being silly.
Kelly has been such a beautiful person to help me
A
learn
collective
things.
shadow read. No. Nope. One-on-ones on my shadows.
I'm so sorry.
That's too many energies to pick up to do a collective on shadows for me. Maybe other shadow readers can, but no, I do mine one-on-one, but I can do like a general energy for the collective, but not a shadow collective. No, that would be way too much. I would literally be dead. I'd fall out on the floor. Not legitly dead, but I mean the energy would drain me. I would fall out.
Let me see if I can see her on here.
Just need to lay a golden egg. Somebody should tell her come get her wrench.
Kelly, get back in here.
Collective on just energy, guys. Just the energy. Whether there's I don't know how many. I don't know. Less than 10 probably. I need to pull that much energy.
Okay, we'll see if she comes back. I told her get back in here and get her wrench. I gave out Twisted and Annie one.
She said she had to go back to work. You know she's a busy woman. I don't know what's going on with my screen here.
A shadow read, Tammy,
It's a
is
subconscious read.
it's where it touches the shadowy stuff that you hide from everybody. Sometimes even yourself, which is always sometimes a nice thing to have read on yourself sometimes. Because sometimes we may not make your life. What's that? What? I'm sorry. Let me get caught up on the chat. Tell her to come back. I did tell her to come back. I did tell her to come back. I'm going to give her a wrench too if she comes back. I tried to give it to her, but I don't think it worked. I think she left before I got it gave to her. Hershe, Flex,
Ma'am.
glad you have a chair.
Oh, I know. Yay. Hey, guys, look.
She got a chair and a desk set up and got her curtains up. She's got her dresser up.
It's a toy box. Don't exaggerate it and hurt its feelings and give it a big complex. It's a toy box. I seriously don't understand why it's smaller than my nightstand and it's listed as a dresser. Go figure. Story of my life, I'm telling you. I seriously measured wrong. Seriously, I should have measured twice, right? That's what I get. Order once, but measure twice. I didn't do that. Didn't do that. So collectively, So collectively, what I've got for overall energy is that there's a lot of change coming in. This change that's coming in is not meant to be comfortable either. It's going to shake you up just a little bit. It's going to be uncomfortable and it's going to possibly wholeheartedly be an ego death to somebody. Physically, mentally, or emotionally, they are going to lose a part of them. And I don't mean like their arm or anything like that. I mean like a physical loss. They're no longer going to carry it with them. They are going to shed it like a layer of skin. And when they do, the universe has got more messages for them to receive, but they can't do it while they're still in this skin. So they're going to be shedding this slothy skin that they're in right now because what's ahead of them is going to need to teach them how to carry some kind of storm and weather it so that they can work through it on their way going through because it's going to have a higher calling for them. So keep going, collective. Don't give up. The change that's coming is going to shake you up, but it's meant to so that you can ascend to the next level. And that's what I got for my collective.
Bye, Donna. Donna's leaving. She's got to go to her friends.
Bye, Donna. Have a good night.
Tammy, what I told you, the om. Do om when you're breathing. Breathe in, and then when you're blowing out, do the om. When you breathe in, your breath out.
My backdrop looks like a shadow?
Yeah, because it's the black and white and grayish.
Oh, the ombre? Yeah, the ombre.
It looks like a shadow.
That's my ombre. Like a shift. Yes. Yes, exactly like a shift. Yes. The ego is there's a part of it that must die. I mean, you cannot change and you cannot grow if you don't let something go. People think they can hold on to old ways and go forward with them. If it's not meant to go forward into your future with you, you're going to literally be stuck there. You're not going to go forward because they're not going to let it go into the future. Whether you go into the future or not, it's not going to allow that to go. So just shut it, let it go. You're holding on to it for no specific reasons. It's not detrimental necessarily, but it's definitely not meant to go with you. So something's going to have to go so that something new can come in. So it's meant to shake you up.
I was thanking Kelly for helping me. Because I
Can you hear me?
definitely do not know.
Can you hear me? I can read it.
Tammy, you said something about ancestors and guides.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're talking about when I was saying just meditate. When you start your meditation, this is how I start mine. Anybody does their own thing. You got to figure out your own thing. But I always say angels, ancestors, and spirit guides.
Definitely, Fleck.
You know,
Definitely.
surround me and keep me safe while I'm meditating, and I pull my breath in, I do my ohms, you know. Sometimes we do little travel work, depends on what we're trying to breathe for. Sometimes you have to do that stress release where you're like on a little path and you're getting rid of your stuff.
Turn your volume down.
I've
You
got
don't
that
hear the
locked.
echo?
I do not know how that got in. I have that turned off. So that's weird that just got through.
That just like echoed like 30 times, like because I'm in the corner, so it was like ding, 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 ding. Like I
Yeah,
had like 30 of them, like, yeah.
I have that turned off. So how? Look, it came back on, and I had it off. Now, how did that
Juliet.
happen? I haven't shut this down. So how did that happen? Don't
I
know.
would say somebody wants it on. It would seem like. It could be Grogu. Grogu could be doing it. You know, I wore Grogu to play with us today. So Grogu could be doing it. Grogu. He's my friend. He's my friend. He's my friend.
Does anybody else need any other reads?
Yep, I was just doing a time check. I will go on Facebook till
How long we been on here? Oh, we've
right
been
now
on.
we're at 111.
Okay.
111.
So,
Kelly, hi Kelly's mom. um, are you alone here? No, I don't think so. But
looks like there's
we have two people on Facebook watching.
looks like there's
Oh,
3 total in the chat.
and my computer's doing stupid shit.
Well,
Oh, come
Hershe,
on.
we did our hour. If you're ready to go, I've got 6 watching now. So,
Oh. Well, I mean, you can always keep it going too. I mean, I was just saying, if I pull me out, you can keep going. I think I'll go, that's what I was saying. I'll go to like 115, 120 ish. And if nobody else comes in for questions like specifically for me, then I'll go ahead and I'll shut the Facebook part of it down. And you can
okay,
keep going with your YouTube if you want to.
okay,
Okay. I'm just saying if you want to.
yeah, that's good. It's 1:12:56, so it's
Yeah.
almost 1:15.
Yep, I'm watching, and I'm just gonna hang out a few more minutes in case anybody wants to drop a quick question in.
Yeah, if anybody has
Any
any
kind,
questions
personal,
or read,
shadow.
anybody wants
They
a
want to book a
read
reading
or
with me.
questions answered, drop it in the chat there, and we're gonna. Tammy's
I
got the
have my
boys.
calendar available. I
You
can
got all the
drag
boys
it
in
in.
your house, or just you got Brandy's boys? Tammy's talking about she's got the boys at her house. They're all watching.
Ooh, I know she is having some kind of fun.
Yeah.
Busy. I know I've been seeing all the swimming pictures. I'm so jealous. I never get invited. To go swimming.
How can I better work on not self-sabotaging? I'm with you, Twisted. I've been trying to get my head out of that all week. We'll give you a little read here. Twisted needs to know. Twisted needs to know how to better work on not self-sabotaging.
My Joe and my Gemini.
You better work on not self-sabotaging. Better work on not self-sabotaging. What can she do?
So, in my experience, Fleck, I would say that your guides are going to know you, honey, better than you know yourself. Believe it or not. They're waiting for you to get to know parts of you that they know intimately, deeply, morally, spiritually, lovingly, parts that they want to talk to you about because they're a little questionable. But that's not a rush into it. But what I'm saying is they would never show you something that you couldn't handle. They would never put more on you than you can carry. They know you. They will never intentionally hurt you, put you down, kick you while you're down, or intentionally lie to you. They cannot and they will not. They can't. It can't. It goes against balance. That's not what it's about. When I got integrity, I don't think it was about that yours is in question. I think it's about the parts that you're wanting to be n- not so harsh, maybe, or scary. They're if you can't handle it, they're not going to put it on you at all. They're literally going to create. They're telling you to create the boundaries so that this doesn't happen. If you create those boundaries where it can't happen, it's going to be like bubble tape. They're not going to be able to. They're going to throw it at you left and right, above, below, all different sides. It doesn't matter, but it don't matter when you get them boundaries set. You don't have to worry about it. Nothing that could hurt you or harm you can get through to you once you set your boundaries and just stick to it. So don't worry about being scared of what you're going to see. Enjoy it because that's part of the adventure. They're not going to give you something that you can't handle. So trust it. Trust the process. Honestly, that's literally the best way I can tell you because I've seen some pretty scary shit, but it's nothing I couldn't already handle. No matter how many times I tell people things I've seen and things I've done and things I've heard and blah 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 blah, and they're like, "Oh my god, I couldn't do that." Da, 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 da. Well, they don't know that because they're cutting themselves short. They're not giving themselves that chance to see if they can handle it, if they would like it, if they can control it. So don't cut yourself short, but calmly and confidently go in knowing that you can handle everything they send at you because you
And
can.
this is, can I just, I'm sorry, Hershey.
No, go
Fleck,
ahead. I'm done.
Fleck, me and Hershey just realized this recently when she was down here visiting. We both were seeing the same object, but the way Hershey was seeing it and the way I was seeing it are two different ways. Not that one's wrong or right. I feel like I feel like our guides show us things that we can relate to or that are not scary or whatever for us to get the message across. So, if you're worried about your guides scaring you with things, they know who you are and they know what you can do and what's comfortable for you and what doesn't bother you. So the way they will show you things is not ever going to be overwhelming or scary in the sense of how it comes across to you. Like they're not going to show you a mangled body if you have fear of blood and all that kind of stuff. You would
Well, Flex
never see
Lizzie
that.
was she was a paramedic, but it's the changing part. You have to change. You have to change to grow. So don't be scared. You can
Yeah.
handle it. You
You
can handle it.
I mean, I'm the biggest scaredy cat there is, ask Hershey. Like I am a Virgo. I am the definition of in order, everything in its place, and I like to be on a time scale. I like to know what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, and how I'm doing it. And I'm horrible. I'm horrible with change, but I'm
Mm.
getting better. I'm growing every day. I'm growing. I'm not letting uh, the fear of change hold me back anymore. I'm afraid of what people think about me, and it's not even so much. It's not even so much that because I really don't give a damn what anybody thinks about me. I
Nope.
give a damn what people say or do to my family, and that's like I'm very protective of my family, and I don't want anything to ever um, make them uncomfortable or make them be ashamed or feel any of them kind of ways. And that's I'm learning to overcome those things as I grow, and that's all we can do. We're just on here trying to find our way and grow and become what spirit wants us to be. That's what I feel like anyway. That's my journey here. I know we're all on here for different reasons and that, but I feel like we're all being drawn together in this community here to share and be able to talk about it and not be ashamed of it and grow from it and learn from it and try new things and see
Ah,
what works for us.
so my screen is doing stupid things. Um, just to say yes to the yes, that was for Fleck. But I still have your question twisted.
Twisted wanted to know about
Keep from self
how
sabotaging.
how can I better work on not self sabotaging. This is my one of my perfect. I'm a pro. I'm a pro at self sabotage, and it's been a struggle. It's been a journey. Uh, for one thing, not saying negative things to yourself or not second guessing yourself would be one of the big things. I feel like I did a card for you, Sushi, and let me just tell you what I got. I got inspiration, loss, heartbreak, and homecoming. And I'm being told a message. You had an idea and shared it with a friend who stole your idea, which caused you heartbreak, and you're having a hard time overcoming that. You felt like it was self sabotage because you shared it with somebody, and don't feel that way because I've done the same thing myself. But you know what? I learned from that and I grew from that. Sometimes when you get a good idea, keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself for a little bit until you work it out, and then you can share it. Share it on your page and share with the rest of us. Now, I personally would never do that to anybody, but I do know that there's people that will do that, and I can't judge them. I'm not in the position of judging. We all have to make our own way, and we all have to be responsible for our own actions. And I'm not here to throw any shade. I'm not here to condemn or condone anybody. I'm saying we're all trying to get to the same place the best way we know how. But yeah, if you have ideas, twisted, write them down and kind of keep them to yourself, and you know get on here if you've got a couple of trusted friends on here. I mean, me and Hershe get on here sometimes just to bounce ideas off of each other, or just to say, what do you think about this? And do you think that would work? Or, you know, eh, I would be open to listen. I'm sure Hershe would be open to listen. I don't know if you have other friends on here that you feel that comfortable with, but if you don't have anybody that you're comfortable with, do your sister or your best friend, and just don't be negative about yourself. Don't say, oh, that ain't gonna work, blah blah blah. I feel like any idea that comes in our head is probably something that we need to be working on sharing. Yeah, don't beat yourself up about it, Twisted, because sometimes I think to myself, when that happens, it wasn't meant for me, it was meant for me. And look at it like this: sometimes it's meant for us to pass that stuff along. Maybe we had the idea in our head and we said something to somebody else and they ran with it and did something successful with it. I may have been just the conduit that they needed to have that said to them to go further up their path. I think that we're all here. Sometimes we get salty and think that was my idea, but was it my idea, or did Spirit put that in my head to share with them to help them along their path?
My turn. You done?
Yes, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. So in your head, I want you to realize that the strange timing. And when I mean that, like every time the self sabotage comes in, literally stop it in its tracks. Don't let it go no farther. Spell it out. Tell it to go away. There's no time for it. You cannot keep coming in. You cannot keep creeping in. You need to set tighter boundaries for yourself. You need to remind yourself that you're absolutely worth it. When I say spell out the good too, not just the bad. When you're throwing the trash away and you're getting rid of it, remind yourself that you have to fill that empty space with something positive, or otherwise them shadows are going to creep right back in. So the timing of it, every time it comes in, it is strangely accurate for you to know it is time that I need to, when I'm writing all this negative down, I also have to put in the balance and put the positive back in there too, because that empty space is literally not going to help you, because then you're going to get dependent on having to always constantly get rid of the negative, but there's no light and everything coming back into it. And love, light, happiness, blessings, hopes, all of that, anything positive, I don't care if it is a very teeny tiny goal that you can complete in the next 5 minutes, or it was going to take you 5 months with detailed planning. However, you have to fill in every beat of that negative space that's now empty. You have to layer, overlap, however you have to do it. Put just as much positive into it as the negative that was there. Because if you do not find that balance, then it's always going to come back, and it's going to come back with its own shadows, and then its shadows are going to have shadows. This is not what we want. So we're going to stop it. We're going to let it know it don't have no time and no place no more, and we're going to start removing it. And we're going to put a whole lot of positive in its place. You have to catch it. Don't let it get to dribbling like it's your ball and it's free court up there and they're shooting free shot. Don't let it happen. Stop it. You have the ability to do it. I did it for years. I was my own worst enemy. Trust me, you can do it. Keep going. Write out the negative, but write in the positivity. So
Positives. Right.
keep going. Don't stop. It's only self sabotage if you quit. So do not quit. Keep going and learn from the mistakes and find another wall to hit. You have other walls. You learned this lesson. Go learn a different one. And that's what I got for you, babe.
So was your fiance upset because you thought you might be pregnant? Is that what this was about? I'm sorry, I didn't get it's the
I was
total.
just going to sneak out of here and let you guys carry on with your life. It's been
All
so
right,
much fun. Until next
all right,
time,
Hershe.
guys, everybody have a very blessed night.
Bye, Hershey.
Bye, guys.
See you later. All right, guys. Now it's just us. But yes, it happens to me in other ways too. True. You got this, twisted boundaries. I hear you. Boundaries are superb. I just was wondering, was your fiance upset that he thought you were pregnant, or I wasn't quite sure what you meant. Did he say something to embarrass you about that in the store? Yeah, we're gonna keep going, twisted. I'm interested. Was your fiance belittling you for buying the pregnancy test, or I'm not sure what's. Fill me in. Fill me in, girl. All right. So twisted. I mean, he just he just thinks since it hasn't happened yet that it won't happen. Well, twisted. I'm a firm believer in. Look, I have an introverted uterus. Me and my husband tried for 5 years before we conceived our son, and I was kind of thinking I wasn't going to have any kids. I mean, it's okay. What's meant to be will be. And then, we had our first pregnancy, which was a miscarriage. We had our second pregnancy, which was a miscarriage. We had three miscarriages before I got pregnant with my son. And my son was a difficult pregnancy. I was considered high risk, and they had to constantly keep doing ultrasounds and stuff on me at the high risk. I had to go to a high risk area hospital. So they, I just feel like what's meant to be is going to be, whether anybody else thinks it's going to happen or not. And I would just put it out there. Don't, you know, my mother in law started kidding my husband and telling him he wasn't doing it right. He needed to stand me on my head. And I mean, when you're trying to have a baby, those kind of jokes hurt a little bit. But I mean, I just tried to take it in stride and was like, if it's meant to be, it's going to be, and I can't stress over it. What do you need that for? Wishful thinking just because so is having a baby. Now you are. Well, I would say I just bought it for backup because if it does happen, I want to have one near. I don't have to go out to the drugstore and grab one. I really, I really wasn't about having kids at that time. My husband's the one that asked for one, and I was like, "Yeah, you knew I didn't really want any kids, like right now." But your grandparents couldn't have a baby, so they adopted them. And then she got pregnant. Yes, that happened with a girl I was working with, and this is funny because she had come to the conclusion she had done in vitro and all kinds of stuff, her and her husband, and then they decided that it wasn't going to happen for them, so they arranged to adopt a sister and brother. And then as soon as they signed the papers to adopt the sister and brother, she found out she was pregnant. So I believe things happen for a particular reason, and I believe they happen in their own time. And I think it works out for us. I think if we just have a little faith, just say, wherever you lead me, this is where I'm going to be today. And thank you for that opportunity. So I think it'll work out. I think you'll be fine, Fleck. I mean, not Fleck, Twisted. I think you'll be fine, girl. Don't stress about it too much. And sometimes I know when people are having babies all around us, and that's what was happening when my husband asked for one, is because our friends, we had two couple friends that were pregnant, and people all around us was having babies, and here we didn't have babies. And then your friendships change because they're having babies, and now you're still single couple. So it's not like you can just drop by and hang out, play cards, because they've got a baby now. And things always change, and we just have to grow and change with them. And what comes to us comes to us. And grammar bad or can't type on the phone well. I have big fingers, so when I'm on the phone typing in messages, I'm always misspelling stuff, and I'm like, fat fingers. It was the fat fingers that did that, not me. Yeah, Quantum, just have faith that what's meant to be is going to be, and be thankful for today. Be thankful for another day of not being a mom, because then you can still do what you want and have a drink if you want. Yes, I agree. You don't want to be off guard, like Flex said. You know, when me and my husband said, yeah, we're going to start trying, I bought the 4-pack and put them in underneath the sink, because I'm like, I don't want to be tracking out to the drugstore every time I think I might be. I just have my supply here. So And honest to God, we didn't have those little, like the EPT things they have today. The 4-pack that I bought was the 4 vials. You had to like pee and drip it in the vial and add the stuff with it. And then you had to set it on this little mirror thing and wait for the little circle to form that you could see in the mirror. That's how old my son's, like 38. So the tests weren't as convenient. Hey, Tarot Your Way, Thomas. How are you? Where you been hiding, Tarot Your Way? You been hiding doing some more videos? Thomas, I love your videos. I don't know if anybody else, Twisted and Fleck, do you ever go to Tarot Your Way and watch he does like learning videos on the cards. It tells the little story with them. I love those. I love those little videos. All of us need to brush up. Like, I'm a pretty intuitive reader, so when you don't really use the actual meaning of the cards, you kind of forget about them sometimes. So it's always nice to have a brush up. Back in my day. Fleck, I thought you were a young person. You say back in my day. I'm just saying, when I conceived my son, we didn't have EPTs. We had the little vials that you had to set on the mirror thing and see the little circle develop in them. Nothing, and didn't know that 6 until the baby. That's it. Well, they would do like an amniocentesis, but it was like a big thing and you had to pay for it. The insurance wouldn't pay for those things then. You shouldn't have let him upset you. Okay, wait. I just shouldn't have let him upset me is all, because I do have faith. Be like me and say, yeah, I'm just buying them to pacify you because I don't really give a damn if we have any kids or not. I'm enjoying my time alone with you right now. I get defensive. If my husband acts too stupid, I get defensive at him. Sometimes I think too, Twisted, that when we want something and it's not happening fast enough, we get a little tenderhearted. And sometimes, even when they're not meaning to say things hurtful, it comes out that way. Yes, I love Thomas's little cards. His little deck of cards, I love them with the brooms and that on them. I had never seen that deck until I saw Thomas using it. And it's like, I love that deck. Because it's not the same old, it's not the same old. It's kind of funny and it has my husband's sense of humor on it. It kind of makes me laugh when I see him doing this card. So yes, back when I conceived my son and daughter, we didn't know anything about the sex, and that was a big ordeal to even come up with that. So we weren't. I wasn't really worried about it myself. And after my first pregnancy, that was it. My husband, we were going to have one child, and that was going to be it, because I had a horrible pregnancy. I bled for 6.5 months. I would have breakthrough bleeding, and they'd have to put me on bed rest for days. And I puked morning, noon, and night. I puked morning, noon, and night. I could not hardly eat anything. I could not eat any kind of meat. My husband would like try and char it half to death, and it would taste raw to me. I could not eat meat when I was pregnant with my son. And it's funny because he's a big meat eater. He loves meat. I'm like, it's because I starved you from it when I was pregnant with you. That's why you have to have a lot of meat now. My daughter is like totally opposite. She's not a big meat eater. She likes a lot of vegetables, but with her, there was certain vegetables that would trigger me off. Like it was a texture thing in my mouth. I couldn't eat them. It would make me want to throw up. Yeah, if we hadn't had our little accident with our daughter, we didn't ever have but one child. And she was the best accident we ever had. So, is there any more? Does anybody else want to read, or does anybody else want to read, or anybody got anything to jab about? Because I could jab all night long. I am a talker. I do like to talk about spiritual things, spirituality, and cards and all that good stuff. What you need, Thomas? What kind of read you want? You got a question in particular? Thomas, I finally learned how to give somebody a wrench on here. You have to use your phone too with it. Bless Kelly, she talked me through it so I could learn how to do it. It doesn't ever show up on my computer. I've yet to have a wrench show up on my computer, but I can see it on my phone. What was your first? That was like my first. My second was better. What you talking about, Fleck? I've heard morning sickness mostly happens with meat. It's the body's natural way of protecting the baby from dangerous. Oh, it doesn't matter. I practically lived off of that spaghetti, San Francisco American spaghetti. It tastes like cardboard. I hate the stuff. But when I was pregnant, that was basically I could eat that and hold it down. If I could get that in and hold it down, it was okay. I could eat something else behind it. But just wanted to say thank you for the invite, TT. Hershe, you're more than welcome anytime you want to be on here. I love hanging with you. I miss you, girl. We are going to entertain on Once Upon a Time. Yes, we are. Thomas, I'm so psyched about that. I'm so psyched about getting into that. Anybody on here that doesn't know, me, Hershe, Thomas, and Kelly are going to be doing the show on Friday, the Once Upon a Time. It's for fun. It's telling a story with the cards. We're going to tell stories with the cards. And Kelly's working it out like how it's going to go. I mean, I could have pictured it in like a million different ways, where the audience gets their deck and draws cards and then asks us to make a story of what the cards mean, or like one of us in the four drawn cards and the others have to tell a story. I mean, it could go 50 million different ways. Kelly was working it out. So it's going to be fun. Anybody that wants to come in and watch that, we're going to have a ball with that. That was on Thomas's. She got the idea off of Thomas's. Thomas and me were doing tell the story with. Oh my God, Thomas, I'm so sorry. The court cards. Who would go to the court card and seek help for? Oh, Thomas, you have to help me because I'm blathering on and it's stupid. I can't. But we ended up having such a blast on Thomas's channel. Yes, the Happy Royal Families. That's what it was that Thomas called it. And Kelly saw that program and she was like, Thomas, can I use that idea? So she's kind of working it out to do something fun on her channel. But we just had a blast, and I love to just do fun stuff. Sometimes you just need a little fun stuff to get out of the serious stuff in your head. Yes, I married because that was what I was supposed to do, divorced and therapy later. So, Fleck, you were married and then you got divorced, and then you decided that marriage is not, or I shouldn't say marriage because maybe the marriage part's okay. Maybe it's like the gender thing is not what's for you. I get it. There's a lot of people that go through that, and you know what? We're all human and we're all working our shit out. That's all I can say. We're all human and we're working it out. No wrench needed, Hershey. I was trying to give. Oh God, now my thing's acting stupid. Hershey, look. Let me give wrench. Mm-mm-mm. Oh Lord, Hershey, add standard. See, on my computer, I'm not seeing any wrenches, and I can't add them on my computer. But I've got like a little Acer. It's an Acer laptop, so I'm not sure if that has something to do. I know my screen on this little laptop does not look like the screen on my computer. Yes, Fleck, we're just doing the best we can, girl, and we're figuring it out as we go along. Darn responsibility. Did Hershey get a wrench? Oh, I don't know. Let me see. Let me see if I can give Thomas a wrench. Okay. Okay, Thomas, you should have your wrench coming across. There you go. Thomas now has a wrench. Yes, and I gave one to Fleck and I gave one. Yeah, we were giving everybody wrenches because we were just practicing. They were all ducking while I was throwing the wrenches across the screens. I still don't like on my computer, Thomas. Your wrench doesn't show on my computer. Isn't that strange? It's like an Android computer, so I would think I would see it the same as I see it on my phone, but I don't. It's so weird. They try and make us think we're crazy. The first time I did a live with this computer, I'm like trying to invite Hershey in. I can't even figure it out how to invite her into the chat, and that was just on the Facebook chat. I couldn't even. I was like, Hershey, the screen on here is. I can't even understand what I'm doing on this thing. It's not anywhere like it is on the phone. It's so much easier to do it on the phone, but the phone I can't hardly see anything. Excuse me. Drink. Sip, sip. My mouth's dry. Thomas did the marriage thing as a guy because that was what was expected. Miserable time. So, Thomas, you had a marriage to a lady, and that didn't work for you. Well, shit happens. I know, unfortunately, in our society, not everybody's understanding. And depending on how you grew up, all of those decisions, mold who we become and who we're trying to be and who we're trying to fit in with. And you know, it can make us miserable trying to fit into other people's molds and trying to be something that we're really not. And I say if that's not really you, don't go there. And if it is not really you and you're there, walk on because you need to make yourself happy first. And if you're not happy in that situation, it's never going to last and it's just going to be a miserable. You learned a lot that you never want to live with another woman. Oh, Fleck, you were married 16 years? That sounds like my sister in law. My sister in law was married for years and years and years, and then uh, her husband died, and then she got with another guy, and she married him, and wasn't with him very long, and then was like, no, I think I need something different in my life, and then she met her woman that she's with now, and it's been good for them. So I feel like we just got to keep plugging in it until we get there. Don't mind Twisted's outbursts. You know, Twisted, my husband knew when I was pregnant because I'm not really a really emotional person, like crying at the drop of the hat and stuff like that. And when I got pregnant, I was like, that's all I did was bawl and squall. I thought I wasn't going to be a good mom. I was worried I was going to do something bad to my kid. I mean, I was a basket. And my husband's like, you have to be pregnant. I ain't never seen you like this. You have to be pregnant. But then it took like, I don't know, it took like two tests, I think, to finally pick up on that. I think I was like over 3 months pregnant before it even showed on the test. But believe me, seemed like from day one I was puking my guts out and emotional. So my husband's like, I know you're pregnant. But then after having miscarriages, you worry about that. I was like, is it going to last? Am I going to carry this baby? And, crazy stuff like that that us women go through. We're emotional wrecks when we're pregnant because our hormones are running wild. Well, some of us are. I'm not trying to say that for everybody because my sister Linda's was pregnant 3 times and she was like glowing and beautiful. Her skin was beautiful. She was like, ta-da, Mother Nature, all in her glory. And I know there's a lot of women that do that. Like they never have morning sickness. They glow when they're pregnant and everything's fine. And they nest and, do everything right. Some of us are like me and they have a shit pregnancy, but it's okay. I love my child anyway. Oh, heck, it will be a love boat cruise or just an upside down pineapple kind of time. That's my question. Oh, you want to know what kind of cruise you're going to have, Thomas? All right. All right, Thomas. Well, Thomas wants to know what kind of cruise he's going to have. Oh, already. Oh, already, Thomas. Ace of Gems. Opportunity. I think it's going to be a love boat kind of cruise ship deal going for you. Thomas going to meet him a man. Is Thomas going to meet him a man? Is Thomas going to meet someone to have a good experience with? Let's put it that way. Thomas going to meet someone to have a good experience with. Oh, something poking me here. Ooh, Thomas has anxiety about the whole thing. Why? Why, Thomas? You're a fun person. You're smart, intelligent. You're funny. You have that dry sense of humor. Just breathe. Look, just breathe. Just breathe. It's going to be okay. You're going to have a good time. I honestly feel like you're going to have opportunity on this. I mean, that was your first card out. Opportunity. Oh, I hope it is too, Thomas. Oh, look. Wow. Fulfillment card. Good. Yay. Fulfillment and generosity. Wow. I think this cruise is going to be really, really good for you, Thomas. I think you're going to have a really, really good time. Yep. Just keep those in mind. You had that Jim's card coming first. You had that anxiety card. Oh, there it is. Anxiety came in. I think you're really stressed about it. But I think you're going to meet somebody, Thomas. So I think it's going to be, well, I ain't going to say puppy dogs and rainbows, but at least you're going to have a really good time and meet somebody you can relate to. So hopefully, I hope that works out for you. Hey, Thomas, there's more to life than puppy dogs and rainbows. And any of us that's in relationships knows that life is about way more than that. And there's always ups and downs and all that. But, you know, yeah, to have somebody to share it with and that can make us laugh, that's my husband's big thing is, you know, he makes jokes and lightens the load when I get too serious. I miss pillow talk too because I've been staying up too late doing stupid shit and not going to bed with my husband. But I understand what you're saying. Sometimes it's just nice to have somebody else to share your stuff with. Everybody wants that. Everybody. Yeah. Thomas needs a boyfriend, for real. We're going to get him fixed up on the cruise. We're all going to be saying little prayers and sending in the cherubs. I think the biggest part about relationships is the little small things like that. Pillow talk, holding hands with somebody. Holding hands is a big thing for me. When my husband like grabs my hand out in public and pulls me kind of near, it's just, that just gets me. New companion or love. Fleck, you want to know if is Fleck gonna get a new companion or love? Now you all know this is just for entertainment purposes only. I don't make no guarantees. We're just throwing cards and hanging out. New companion or love? New companion or love? New companion or love? Fleck's looking for new companion or love. Fleck. Ooh. Okay, Fleck, look. I got duality. I got duality and clarity. So, I don't know. Are you sure a partner is what you want and not partners? Because I do know we have a friend that has, you know, a three-party relationship and that works for them and they're happy with that. Some people like that. I read that wrong. Oh no, Twisted. Fleck. I'm answering the question for Fleck. Did I say Twisted? I might have accidentally said Twisted. This is for Fleck. She wanted to know new relationship or, hang on, let me find what it asked for real. New new companion or a love. New companion or love is what Fleck had asked. Oh, Thomas, sorry about that. My fat fingers. So, so far, what I got is duality, and you see the heart there, and then clarity. So, you don't do multiple partners, right, Fleck? Okay, I'm just trying to get, I'm not done with it. I'm just trying to get a. Love is in the air for everybody. Anybody that wants it, it's usually there. No swinging for me. Yeah, our friends don't swing. They just have a serious relationship. All three of them are in the same apartment. And that works for them. And I say, hey, go for it. If that's what makes you happy and you're not hurting anybody, you're not bothering anybody, hmm, I think you're looking for serious. You are looking for something serious. Like you want somebody to share your life with. Like you are really looking for that someone. And I got abundance. Okay, let me see what else I'm going to get here. So you're looking, I think, for somebody that's emotionally mature like yourself, who's had their things and knows what they want. You're looking for somebody that is, has their own. They're not looking for a sugar mama. They have their own money, their own, you know, they make their own way. They're not lazy and they make their own way. That's what I'm trying to say. Somebody who's perceptive of maybe what you are into, you know, like your spirituality kind of stuff. You want somebody that's perceptive to that, or even maybe does it, would be nice. Somebody that can be inspiring to you. Is she going to get this though? Is she going to find somebody? Is there a group that you just joined, Fleck? I was asking you that last time and I'm getting it again. There's something about a group of people that you hang out with. It's a group. There is a group of people that you hang out with, and somebody in that group is interested in you. But you haven't even thought about that. I do my lives through StreamYard. So a phone with a Chrome browser or a laptop is better so you can see chats. See, I'm on a Chromebook. This is a little Chromebook Asus Chromebook is what I'm on. Flux says, sorry, Twisted, I'm confused. You're confused about what? Flux, did I call you Twisted again? Fleck, this message is for you. Now, when I'm teetering, listening to the grandfathers, I might say some weird shit. You are in a group. You are in a group, and there is a lot of different people in this group. I would say that it's a a gay social group. Let's call it that. Because it seems like it's more than just women. It seems like it's, you know, it seems like it's a variety of different people that meet up, like at coffee shops and different places to hang out. You don't belong to a social group, Fleck, that goes out. You live in the woods in Southeast Texas. Maybe you need to go to the social group. Is that what I'm hearing? There was a group. I'm not sure what this message is that I'm getting. Yes, sometimes it does help living in the bigger city. You have more activities to do. It's hard if you're farther away from things. Fleck, did your job take you to the woods in Southeast Texas, or is that kind of like where you grew up, or you ran there to hide, or what brought you to the woods in Southeast Texas? Is is there a group on the Facebook that you have recently joined that's like they're trying to plan activities where you can meet and stuff? I'm getting this group and it's so like dead on with this group. It's so dead on with this group. I cannot believe you don't belong. Houston here. We have an out for brunch group that picks a restaurant each month in Houston or Galveston. Hmm. Is this for Thomas? This is definitely for Fleck. This so Fleck, if you're on Facebook for a group and they're trying to get together in your area to get, you know, go to it because there's somebody in this group that's attracted to you there. Yes, that's you know, Thomas, that's a lot of people get together. I mean, you know, young entrepreneurs, and I mean there's all different kinds of groups, and it's nice just to be able to go out and have lunch and there's no expectations and you can just meet people and get to know them without an expectation being there. Live in a camper and move around, but brother needs surgery, so I'm here. Okay, all right, I see, Fleck. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Me and my husband thought about that for about 2 seconds. He's a workaholic. He can't quit his job. He's retired, but he's still working. But we love to travel. He just doesn't want to quit his job. He doesn't want to be away from his job. So I'm like, that brings him happiness, whatever. I really can't. Right now, I'm watching my son's dogs for him. So, but I go when I want. I get up and go to Florida or whatever when I want to. So it ain't a big deal. It's not on the Facebook, but you've joined this group. Is that what it is? Well, I hope your brother's surgery is okay. Well, some prayers for him. Yeah, there's all kinds of different groups on the internet. Like even common, like where I live, we have like a web page for our community, and they plan to do different things, like just a community web page, and they'll say like neighbors meeting neighbors day. Let's go, and we'll pick the local restaurant here in our community and get together over there and just get to meet each other and talk to each other and stuff. So, I mean, I think any group interaction is great. You get to meet people, and I'm all for it. Yes, you do. On the road traveling, I have had some of me, my husband's best trips have been when we said, didn't really plan anything. Like it'd be like at the last minute, let's go to Georgia tomorrow and just wake up, get in the car and go, like fly by the seat of our pants. And we have met some of the nicest people traveling. Nice people that, show you the area and talk about their community and tell you about different things in their community. It's been wonderful. Yeah. I know there's a lot of people that do travel, like the travel shows where they uh, mostly live in their campers or their RVs or whatever, and they talk about the different areas they go to and, the nice people they meet. You're welcome, Thomas. I think you're going to have a great time on this cruise, and I think there's not going to be any pineapples necessary on this cruise. Not for you, anyway. I think you're going to meet somebody you're going to really enjoy hanging around with, Thomas. He's going to be a lot of fun and uplifting. I get really good energy vibes. Have fun and enjoy it. You need the break, Thomas. You work hard. Yeah, you may. Hey, Fleck, the hospitals have groups too. Those hospitals have groups too, like, just saying. This is a group of people, and this is twice I've seen this reading for you. This group of people, and there's a person that seems very interested in you that is just sitting on the backside, like you wouldn't notice it per se, unless you're looking. Just saying, if you get in a group situation, scan the room down, and you notice somebody sitting back to their self, maybe that's the one you need to go talk to. All right. Taking your cards. Yes, please do, Thomas. Take those cards. Because people they see the cards, and that's the kind of person, if they're interested in what you do, that's the best thing. They come over and they're interested in what you're doing. Well, Fleck, I hope your brother's okay. I'm going to be sending out love and light prayers for him for speedy recovery, and I hope everything goes okay with that. Sending out prayers to you too for loving him up enough to go there and help him get through this. Deck in the smokers area. I hear ya. Get to the smokers area and have the cards. That way, if somebody's interested, they're your kind of man, Thomas. They'll be just what you need. Okay, I've now done my 2 hours, 14 minutes. Yes, why not? Hey, if they want reads, give them reads, Thomas. Just say if you want to make a donation, put your casino chip right there on the edge of the table. All right, Fluck. I know it'll work out for you, girl. All right. I think I'm going to wrap it up here so I can go get in the bed at a decent hour tonight and talk to my hubby a little bit. And I appreciate all of you all joining us in. I appreciate you letting me read for you and helping me through this transition where I'm getting used to everything, giving me the little tips on how to make things happen on here. Oh, it's next month you're going. I get it, Fluck. Well, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you. Whatever this is, I hope it's working out for you. Okay, guys. Well, you guys have a good night. Thank you all for showing up and letting me read with you and practice and help build my page up. And I hope you come back. And I'm wishing you all love and light. Night.